Welcome back. I'm Mehmood Pratcha Singh. You're joining us on NewsX. The Unnao victim, along with her family, was protesting outside the Delhi High Court today. The victim has pinned her last hope from justice from the Supreme Court. We are being joined now by Advocate Mehmood Pracha. He's the Unnao victim's petitioner and also the Unnao victim herself. In fact, joins us now, for whom the country wants justice. Mehmood Pracha, appreciate you joining us live on the broadcast today. What is likely to be the next course of action for you as legal counsel of the Unnao victim? Will you be filing an application before the Supreme Court soon yourselves, or are you waiting for this to be done by the CBI? Because sources tell us the CBI is also going to be appealing this case. I think two independent petitioners have already, of course, mentioned the matter before the Supreme Court as well.
See, the first responsibility of filing an appeal against this order, which is being criticized and needs to be criticized, the first duty is of the CBI, because the title of the case, as it clearly shows, is Kuldeep Singh Sengar versus CBI. The victims in all the cases are just a nominal, they have just a nominal role. They are just witnesses. That is the legal position. However, the CBI's role has not only been questionable, but CBI has been complicit with the convict in this case. Therefore, our task is humongous, because the central government, which has got administrative control over CBI, is helping the convict, Mr. Kuldeep Singh Sengar, with its full might. Uttar Pradesh government is helping the convict Kuldeep Singh Sengar with its full might, who is member and a friend, close friend of a very big cartel of criminals who will put Epstein to shame. So therefore, odds are extremely heavy against the victim. I got scared when the CBI showed its intention of filing appeal against this, and hurriedly so, without any major preparation. So we had to come to our offices yesterday, but that was a holiday, and we had to file a caveat so that as an eyewash, they probably would place one of the top lawyers of the government to show to the world that we tried our best. But the arguments, I fear.
So you are saying as a counsel that you and the victim have no faith in the CBI. That is your charge. What do you were you disappointed with the High Court verdict? What do you believe went wrong in the case in the High Court? Were you disappointed with that order?
Order, that is one aspect. The bigger aspect is that what I was going to tell you, that as an eyewash, big lawyers will be presented in the Supreme Court now, as I anticipate, but they will argue in such a manner that Kuldeep Singh Sengar gets the benefit and this girl loses once again. And they can then come around and tell the world that, like Aravali, it was not our fault. What could we do? Supreme Court has done this. That's their game plan, which is consistent in many such cases. That's one. What is worst part is this judgment needs to be criticized, and I can write a book on criticizing this book, this judgment. This judgment, I can write a book on how this judgment is a role model for what not to do while granting suspension of sentence to a convict like Mr. Kuldeep Singh Sengar. But that's that apart. What is the finding of trial court? The trial court's finding is clearly that the IO of the CBI was complicit with Mr. Kuldeep Singh Sengar, and he helped him and damaged the case. This is a finding. Now, ordinarily, if IO was doing this on his own without concurrence and support of his superiors at the highest level, of course, because this case was being monitored by Supreme Court. Supreme Court got it transferred from UP to Delhi. Therefore, without the involvement of people at highest level,
yes,
IO would not have gathered courage to do this. But this is a finding. Instead of taking action against such an IO, the CBI files a petition in the court that High Court should expunge these remarks against the CBI. What more proof?
Now, I think, yes, I think the victim is also with you right now. Obviously, the victim is very upset. The victim today also was protesting outside the Delhi High Court. If you can, tell us about what she's feeling currently, how helpless or frustrated or scared is she feeling? What can you tell us about her mental state? Also, if we can talk to her as well. I think she's with you currently, Mr. Pracha.
No, she faces a continuous threat. She every day tells me, I don't know whether I live for next 5 days or 5 minutes, whether my toddlers, 2 young kids, will stay alive for next few minutes or not, because they don't have any security. My husband doesn't have any security. Her family members do not have any security. And she tells me that people have been killed with security also. So I don't know what and she feels safe in my office. Therefore, she comes in my office and sits here the whole day, and we have to prepare the case also. For that also some formalities have to be undertaken. How will she feel? Well, it is anybody's guess, and nobody needs to guess. This judgment, the damage this judgment has done is this. A person, Epstein of India, at least that gang is, and all his gang members, you've seen many of them, some of them involved in similar atrocities on women, girls who had brought medals for this country. Some of them, their own family members, wife is leveling similar allegations against him, some of his closest allies.
Right.
That being the case, what can you feel? This judgment, what harm it has done? No girl child is safe in this country now, because the court has given this finding, division bench of Delhi High Court, that Mr. Kuldeep Singh Sengar deserves extraordinary mercy of the court against the settled principles of law, and those principles of law are jail, not bail. After conviction, the normal principle jail, not bail of a under trial turns into jail, not bail. So when that is the norm, it needs extraordinary mercy of the court to grant bail. When the court has to give this finding, we are granting this extraordinary mercy to this person because he deserves it. And in this case, the reason is he's behind bars for 6.5 years. Of course, Tihar jail people have given him remission. So therefore, counting that remission, it is 7 point some year. Tihar jail is absolutely complicit.
Yes.
So therefore, this person requires this extraordinary mercy.
Okay.
Now, anybody who has this intention or inclination of committing rape, gang rape, murders, will feel confident that if Kuldeep Singh Sengar can have the mercy of the court, we will be automatically entitled for such mercy.
So it sets a poor precedent, is what you're saying in other cases as well. Also, of course, you're saying that you have no faith in the CBI, and you are going to also, of course, you've already filed a caveat in the Supreme Court. You want to be heard as well. I think there are 2 independent petitioners as well. We had one of them, Anjali Patel, on our show yesterday. Are you in touch with them as well?
No, I'm not. I fear that these people who have no inclination or inkling about the case, they go for whatever reasons. I don't want to comment on that.
Okay.
They jump to Supreme Court to get the case damaged. That is what the precedents show. In every such case where people have jumped to Supreme Court without understanding, without any preparation, the orders mostly are reversed. But they feel that since this is such a hyped up case, they can take a chance, and
which is why you're carefully studying.
Say that we have won the case.
Yes, which is why you're carefully studying the matter.
Activity should be deprecated and not entertained at all.
Okay. And which is why you're saying you're studying the matter, and will of course go fully prepared to the Supreme Court.
Your hopes, dice is cast against us.
Yes, your hopes are on the Supreme Court.
Can you expect Supreme to argue against us? I know this.
Yes.
In a way that we will lose.
Okay. Okay. We'll be tracking this story. We'll be tracking this story. We've run out of time. Mehmood Pracha, thank you very much for joining us.